Yep.
Good morning, families and guests of the Company Act graduation, and welcome to Camp Geiger, home to the United States Marine Corps School of Infantry East. I am Staff Sergeant Lopez, and I will be the narrator for today's ceremony. A Upon completion of the ceremony, you are cordially invited to join your Marines and their combat instructors on the parade deck for pictures. We hope you enjoyed today's graduation. During the ceremony, 436 Marines will graduate from Marine Combat Training. Marine Combat Training is designed to allow Marines to learn the basic skills necessary to accomplish the mission and survive the rigors of combat. Information to your front are the students and the combat instructors of Company F, Class 8 TAC 15. Rest assured that your Marine has received the finest combat training available from highly talented combat instructors. The graduation ceremony that you're about to witness marks the completion of the first phase of the Marine Corps' Common Skills Continuum, a training process that begins with recruit training and culminates with the successful completion of Marine combat training. Every Marine, regardless of military occupation, is trained as a rifleman. This concept has been around since the Marine Corps' inception in 1775, when every man who volunteered was required to bring his own musket. In the early 1900s, as the Marine Corps grew and additional military occupational specialties were created, the Commandant, General John A. Lejeune, directed every Marine, regardless of his MOS, to receive marksmanship training. During the Korean War, the Marine Corps was the only service to create rifle companies entirely from cooks, drivers, and other non-infantry Marines. From this war, the proverbial saying, "Every Marine a rifleman," was born. In the 1980s, the Commandant, General Al Gray, recognized the need to train all Marines in more than just basic marksmanship, but in modern-day combat skills. The School of Infantry was directed to conduct this training known as Common Skills, so named because it is common to every Marine. These common skills allow every Marine, regardless of MOS, to act as a rifleman when called upon. The Marines at Company F began their training on December 9, 2014, and today's graduation marks the end of a demanding and difficult 29-day training program. Under the guidance and tutelage of their combat instructors and company staff, these Marines have demonstrated proficiency in the basics of individual and crew-served weapons, munitions, martial arts, land navigation, communications, offensive and defensive techniques to include improvised explosive device detection and reaction techniques, convoy operations, scouting and patrolling, military operations on urban terrain, and countless hours of values-based training. They have conducted strenuous small unit physical training, hiked over 30 kilometers, and participated in a 24-hour combat training exercise where their newly acquired skills were tested in a near-live tactical environment. Upon completion of Marine combat training, these Marines will move on to one of 103 military occupational specialty schools for training in their assigned occupational field, and will then receive orders to units in the operating forces. Now stepping onto the parade deck is the company First Sergeant, Gunnery Sergeant Duncan. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the invocation by Chaplain Shively and remain standing for the playing of the national anthem.
Let us pray. Heavenly Father, on this special graduation day of Company F, we pause to give you thanks for the strength you've given these Marines to endure and complete this difficult training. We're thankful for the instructors' hard work, dedication to duty, and attention to detail, the hallmark of the United States Marine Corps, to ensure the success of warriors on battlefields past, present, and future. Lord, bless these warriors standing before you here today. Empower them to exercise the full scope of their talents. Deepen their commitment to the profession and to the welfare of those with whom they serve. Guide them with wisdom, sound judgment, and prudence. Bestow upon them humility and courage, that they may be successful in their efforts as the guardians of peace in our land. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated.
Second platoon, all present. Number 2, all present. Number 2, all present.
In 2002, the 32nd Commandant, General James L. Jones, authorized the establishment of the 0913 Combat Instructor MLS to create parity between the drill instructors at the Marine Corps recruit depots and the combat instructors at the schools of infantry. Combat instructors are specially trained non-commissioned officers and staff non-commissioned officers who turn Marines into warfighters. They are specially trained in their duties and are experts at training Marines in common skills. Combat instructors are a reflection of Marines who will find in the operating forces, specially trained as teachers, trainers, and mentors. They assist young Marines making the transition from new Marine boot camp to Marine warrior in operating forces.
Right, face.
The Company F Company Gunnery Sergeant is Staff Sergeant Kincaid, 0369 Infantry Unit Leader. The Company F Chief Instructor is Sergeant Pelsh, 3521 Motor Transport Mechanic. The Senior Corpsman is HN3 Jones, 8404 Hospital Corpsman. The Platoon Sergeant for 1st Platoon is Staff Sergeant Cressman, 0369 Infantry Unit Leader. The Combat Instructors are Staff Sergeant Brady, 6062 Intermediate Aviation Hydraulic Mechanic. Staff Sergeant Mock, 5711 Chemical, Biological, Radiological, and Nuclear Warfare Specialist. Sergeant Jones, 0311 Infantry Rifleman. The Platoon Sergeant for 2nd Platoon is Sergeant Kovac, 3531 Motor Transport Operator. The Combat Instructors are Staff Sergeant Devaney, 6672 Aviation Supply Specialist. Sergeant Radley, 1371 Combat Engineer. Sergeant Crow, 0311 Infantry Rifleman. The Platoon Sergeant for 3rd Platoon is Staff Sergeant Montoya, 0369 Infantry Unit Leader. The Combat Instructors are Sergeant Simmons, 3521 Motor Transport Mechanic. Sergeant Bedoin, 0311 Infantry Rifleman. Sergeant Vega, 3531 Motor Transport Operator. The Platoon Sergeant for 4th Platoon is Sergeant Lichtenstein, 6092 Intermediate Aviation Structural Mechanic. The Combat Instructors are Staff Sergeant Bolanos, 0612 Field Wireman. Sergeant Orange, 0311 Infantry Rifleman. Sergeant Goodacre, 3521 Motor Transport Mechanic. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in giving the Combat Instructors a round of applause for their hard work and dedication. The commanding officer for Company F, Captain Hindle, will now receive the report.
Our Combat Instructor class, Sergeant March!
The Honor Combat Instructor is Sergeant Eric W. Bradsey from 2nd Platoon. He has a primary MLS of 1371, Combat Engineer. United States Marine Corps Certificate of Commendation. The Commanding Officer of Marine Combat Training Battalion takes pleasure in commending Sergeant Eric W. Radzi for superior performance of duty while serving as Combat Instructor, Company F, Marine Combat Training Battalion, School of Infantry East Training Command, Camp Lejeune, North Carolina, from 9 December to 6 January 2015. During this period, Sergeant Radzi's performance was commendable and earned him the distinction as the Company F Honor Combat Instructor for class number 8 TAG 15. His positive attitude and dedication to his Marines provided an outstanding example for all who observed him. Sergeant Radzi's unsurpassed professionalism and unrelenting pursuit of academic excellence was inspirational and earned him the Sergeant Lonnie D. Wells Leadership Award. Sergeant Radzi's professional ability, initiative, and devotion to duty reflected credit upon him and were keeping with the highest traditions of the United States Marine Corps. Signed, Robert M. Hancock, Lieutenant Colonel, United States Marine Corps, Commanding. The Honor Combat Instructor is also receiving a statuette from the command in recognition of his hard work and dedication. It is a reminder of our dedication to making basic riflemen that will always be ready when our nation is least ready.
Honor graduate of the class, Center, march!
The honor graduate is Private First Class Charles R. Worminger from Marshville, Wisconsin. You have an MLS of 5500, basic musician. United States Marine Corps Certificate of Commendation. The Commanding Officer of Marine Combat Training Battalion takes pleasure in commending Private First Class Worminger for superior performance of duties by serving with Company F, Class 8 TAG 15, Marine Combat Training Battalion, School of Infantry East Training Command, Camp Lejeune, North Carolina, from 9 December 2014 to 6 January 2015. During this period, Private First Class Worminger demonstrated a superior degree of professionalism, initiative, and motivation in all aspects of his duties. Executing his responsibilities with proficiency and confidence far beyond his level of experience, he served as an outstanding example to fellow Marines. His extraordinary efforts and desire to excel resulted in his distinction as the Company Honor Graduate. Private First Class Worminger's professionalism and devotion to duty reflected credit upon himself and were keeping with the highest traditions of the United States Marine Corps. Signed, Robert M. Hancock, Lieutenant Colonel, United States Marine Corps, Commanding. The honor graduate is also receiving a book and a plaque from the Marine Corps Association, which reads, "The Board of Governors of the Marine Corps Association takes pleasure in presenting this award to Private First Class Charles R. Worminger in recognition of high endeavor and superior accomplishment while enrolled in a course of study prescribed by the Commandant of the Marine Corps." Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in giving these Marines a round of applause for their hard work. At this time, we would like to recognize the Marines who have received the Meritorious Mass. The Common Instructors of Company F identify the top 5% of students that have demonstrated a positive attitude, superb motivation, and outstanding performance, which has earned them the respect and admiration of both peers and seniors alike. From 1st Platoon, Private First Class Squires, Private First Class Hardison, Private First Class Alvarez, Private Soto Jimenez, Private Alvear. From 2nd Platoon, Private First Class Caffey, Private First Class LaJoy, Private First Class Owendag, Private Harris, Private Tucker. From 3rd Platoon, Private First Class Burrough, Private Sewell, Private Edwards, Private Murphy, Private Marino. From 4th Platoon, Private First Class Much, Private First Class Walensky, Private First Class Leach, Private First Class Kirioga, Private First Class Workinger. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me Ladies and gentlemen, the commanding officer of Company F, Captain Hindle.
Good morning, Colonel Connor, Lieutenant Hancock, Lieutenant Lightfoot, Lieutenant Salcedo, Sergeant Major Brown, Sergeant Major Cox, distinguished guests, family, and friends. In one explanation for the Corps' success, former Commandant General C. Mundy once noted, "Only in the Marine Corps can you take an artilleryman, a tanker, or a cook, tell him he's an infantryman, and he'll know what to do." Today we recognize Class 8 TAC 15's achievement in successfully completing their Phase 1 of Marine Corps Common Skills Training. The skills they have learned here over the course of a rigorous 29-day training program provide each Marine with the fundamental tools necessary to operate in a combat environment, and thus carry on a tradition that has always before itself that every Marine is a rifleman first. Marines in Class 8 TAC 15, you have endured many challenges over the past 29 days. Your enthusiasm, determination, teamwork, and professionalism are the same qualities that have aided Marines since the dawn of our Corps, and continue to serve as a benchmark in military service throughout the world. Take pride in your accomplishments, but always continue to seek self-improvement. Graduation from Marine combat training is but another step towards your development as a Marine, a warrior, and a contributing member of this great society. On today's battlefield, the enemy makes no distinction between infantry and non-infantry, making your ability to perform as a rifleman as important as ever. It is most certain that our nation will continue to call on the Marines as those first to fight. Remember what you have learned here, as the skills you acquired over the last 29 days will serve you well when you enter America's call as enemy Marines. Once again, congratulations on your successful completion of Marine combat training. Good luck at your military occupational specialty school and in the operating courses. Semper Fidelis.
Throughout our nation's history, millions of men and women have earned the respect and the title of United States Marine. In keeping with our slogan, once a Marine, always a Marine, we would like to recognize them. We ask that those men and women in the audience who have served in the United States Marine Corps please rise. We also ask those men and women who have served in the Navy, Army, Air Force, or Coast Guard to also rise. Please join me in showing our appreciation for their dedicated service to our foreign country. Ladies and gentlemen, the combat instructors of our graduating company will remain following the ceremony and will be pleased to meet with you. Students and family attending the ceremony will come forward after being dismissed and meet you on the parade deck. Please rise for the benediction from Chaplain Shively and remain standing for the playing of the Marines hymn.
Let us pray. Almighty Father, whose command is over all and whose love never fails, make today's graduating Marines aware of your presence and obedient to your will. Keep them true to their best selves, guarding them against dishonesty in purpose and deed, and helping them to live so that they can face their fellow Marines, their loved ones, and you without shame or fear. Protect their families. Give them the will to do the work of a Marine and to accept their share of responsibilities with vigor and enthusiasm. Keep them loyal and faithful to their superiors and to the duties their country and Marine Corps have entrusted to them. Make them considerate of those committed to their leadership. Help them to wear their uniform with dignity and let them remind them daily of the traditions which they must uphold. If they are inclined to doubt, steady their faith. If they are tempted, make them strong to resist. And if they should miss the mark, give them courage to try again. Guide them with the light of truth and grant them wisdom by which they may understand the answer to their prayer. Amen.